All right, guys. So I've already done some Future of the Spurs stuff for the Knicks winning the title video, and that was mostly internal growth, Wemby getting better, whatever. Well, now let's talk to Aaron Fox. Oh, yeah, and there's a sponsor. He missed a whole bunch of shots, and he had just one of the dumbest plays you can come up with. Like, there was just no reason to take that shot with OG trailing him at the end of Game 4. The most charitable take on Fox is the ankle sprain zapped him of his burst, and then he had to fall back on the jumper, and it just wasn't falling. You look at some of the highlights of the Warriors series a few years ago now for him, and yeah, it just looks easier for him to get to the paint. And in that series, he shot 10 shots per game in the paint, which, I mean, he took 8 per game in this playoffs, but the percentages in that Warrior series were just way better. You create more separation, shots get easier, simple stuff. And of course, Dylan Harper just needs more of everything. He needs more minutes, he needs more responsibility of the offense. He's just too good. I mean, there is an alternate reality where Dylan Harper is leading like a lottery team into a whole new era. And Fox has the huge contract that's about to kick in. So what are your options there? Well, to give Harper the role he truly deserves, your first hope is just play all three of them together more often. They didn't do it very much. Data Baller says in the regular season it's like 20 minutes, that's nothing. In the playoffs it was 40 minutes. They're both huge negatives, which I'm sure the Spurs care about, but the regular season number especially is super minuscule. Of course, Fox and Harper are meant to be lead creators. Castle is meant to be a combo guard who has developed some of the playmaking. Castle's three ball, it comes and goes when it's hitting. The combo guard stuff looks really great, and obviously he can attack off the catch. Harper's three ball was like 34% this year. There is a world in which you might just not have enough guys who are really natural catch and shoot guys if those three play together. But unless you're going to trade Fox, and we'll get there in a second, this is what you got to think about. Defensively, I would like to think with Wemby just being the generational defensive player he is, on top of how good on the ball Castle and Harper are, I think they've got more of a chance to make like a three-guard thing work more than other teams do. I mean, simply removing one of Vassell or Champagny from the starting five for Harper, you're pretty similar size-wise. Because if it's not going to be that, then either Harper is just not going to be used enough, or somebody's feelings are going to have to get hurt, and that would be either Castle or Fox. Conventional wisdom tells us you're making $50 million a year, you're not coming off the bench. Before we get back to it, this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. I'm recording this before Game 5, but it's definitely way cheaper to fly out, book a hotel, and get a ticket for a game in San Antonio than to just get a ticket for a game in New York right now. And if I wanted to go to a finals game or any concert or sporting event or festival or many things, then I would use SeatGeek as I have before, and it's always been good. And you can use my code FunkyDiabetic10 for 10% off your next order at SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. SeatGeek rates deals on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Just look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. Make sure to click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account. One more time, FunkyDiabetic10, 10% off. I have 10 seconds left. Seeing the videos of Knicks fans at like watch parties, whether it's at the airport or just a street, I've seen like the game being projected on a wall and just a crowd of people watching. It's crazy. And also, and I understand it's crap on De'Aaron Fox hour and for good reason, but he could also just be better. I mean, after the Knicks lost to the Pacers, I'm pretty sure the prevailing thing was, oh, this can never happen because of their defense and whatever else. Well, they did it. Things can turn around for teams and players. And again, they're in the finals. This is not a round one team we're talking about. So yeah, that's option number 1. Option number 2, the more exciting one around the internet right now, is trading Fox. And I'll just say now, if the Spurs would have to move a bunch of picks in order to have someone take on Fox's contract, then this probably just isn't going to happen, and they're just going to hope that he's good. Because he still got them through a regular season where they won 62 games. For all the talk about his huge contract that's about to begin, which, yeah, it's real, I know. Wemby's extension is not going to start until after next season. Castle and Harper's are not going to start until 2030 for Harper, and then for Castle it's 2029. So you do still have some wiggle room of finances here for a couple more seasons. And also the picks that they could offer teams, unless they're going to offer the Wolves pick, are not going to be that good. Like, they're going to be in the mid to late 20s. And if the Spurs also wanted to, let's say, in a Fox deal, free up some of their long-term finances and also get a bit of a different player back, like a bigger wing that I was talking about at the end of the last video, how many draft picks would you need to move in order to accomplish both of those things in one deal? So there's a lot of obstacles, and that's before you even do a scan around the league and try to find, well, who's the team that you think are in like the financial situation to where they can take on Fox's deal, and maybe they've also got a player that the Spurs would be interested in. It's tough. Of course, it's not impossible, but it's tough. So examples like the Nets can handle it financially, and I do think the Spurs could use MPJ, but they've got the 6th pick. There's a lot of guards in that area. Agor looks like more of a combo guard. Their other guards, we'll see. And I feel like if the Nets want to make some moves to try to be closer to a real team next year, it doesn't feel like it has to be Fox that they go for. I have seen people mention Dallas some. I mean, if Kyrie is going to be gone, then okay, yeah, at that point I could see it because Dallas could afford Fox's contract for the next 4 years. I mean, Cooper's just going into year 2. They got the 9th pick. Could go a guard, a lot of guards around there. So yeah, it's a tough one with Fox. I mean, there are teams where, when I think about it strictly on a basketball standpoint, and I don't think about the finances, there are teams that I think could use them. The Suns, just because I want them to get a better point guard than Gillespie, no disrespect, but a better one than him, to put Book more in the classic 2-guard role, but also you got Jalen Green there, and again, the finances, whatever. I mean, I'm out on Jalen Green, but that doesn't really matter here. So basically, the Spurs are just in a bit of a conundrum, and the only way out without a deal is Castle, Harper, and Fox need to be amazing with all 3 of them together, and you need Fox to just prove that the ankle messed him up these playoffs. We come back next season, the burst is back, and all that stuff. They're going to win 60-something games again next year. This is really just a playoff convo. The other thing, too, that should be said is all the teams in the league have to look at the Spurs and say, do we want to help these guys? Because if we allow them to just make a couple of deals and construct the perfectly financed and balanced roster around Wemby, Castle, and Harper, then the rest of us are just going to be really in trouble, especially if we're in the West. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you just got to ask yourself, what has a higher chance of happening? You keep De'Aaron Fox and he's just simply better next year, mostly in the playoffs, or you move him, get better, and you don't deprive yourself of too many of your future first-round picks in the process. Because I know nobody wants to hear this, but him being like a stabilizer in the regular season, that does still matter. So what's going to happen? I don't know. What else has been going on? You guys watch the World Cup at all? It's not my wheelhouse. I don't know any of the players. I don't know the histories, or I know very little, but I've had a great time with it so far.